We are back in the garage, and today we are installing gas piston struts. That is a upgrade for this battle tested method of using a stick to hold up your hood. But we are going to be upgrading to this gas piston so that when I lift the hood, it will make a satisfying psst. And I don't need the stick. I'll be able to remove the stick, I guess. These were sent to me for free by a manufacturer to review. So I will tell you what I think and if I would pay for them with my own money. The brand is Tsubasa. And that is either the most convincing fake carbon fiber I've ever seen or real carbon fiber. I don't know why this would be carbon fiber. It seems completely unnecessary, but let's not get distracted by that. So here's what comes in the package. 2 pistons. These instructions, and this is specific Honda CR-V first generation. So this isn't supposed to require any cutting or drilling. It's supposed to fit perfectly with the existing OEM holes and bolts. So we'll see how that looks. But it comes with these 2 brackets, and we've got 4 10 mils, and then we've got these 2 ball ones. So all we're going to need to install this is this 10 millimeter wrench, or if you're really fancy, an electric ratchet. But you could get by with just this. So this uses the factory hood hinge bolts, which I already have attached to this light pod for these ditch lights, which I have another video about. So hopefully this will work, and I'm also even grounding them here with them. Now, I'll be placing it over this, I think, although I could place it in between, and that would just kind of lower the light one little bit. But it comes with longer bolts, which is handy to deal with the added thickness, although obviously we like the electric blue pearl, so we'll see how this fits. The bracket is supposed to install according to instructions with this guy sticking out so that it kind of aligns with here. So I'm gonna have to take off the other one and then bolt that up. So odds are you don't have these brackets, so this will be a little simpler for you. But we're going to sandwich all this, and then I've disconnected the hood. You've got to look at those, basically like that rust paint shadow is how you will align the hood exactly the way it was before, because you don't want to change that. And I'm going to use the slightly longer bolts that came with it, since I'm now adding all this material, especially that's pretty thick plate right there. I wonder if this is even gonna be long enough. So the kit comes with M6 by 16 millimeter, but because I have this HRG here, the HRG ditch light bracket, I need a slightly longer bolt. So I'm going to be using these M6 by 20s. But if you don't have this, what comes in the kit is actually just fine. So this is going to go like that, and it's going to go through the pistons bracket, through the HRG, through the original, and then the original hood hinge bracket thing. And then I'm going to line up on the rust shadow so that my hood is aligned like it was before, so I don't have any uneven gaps, or like you don't want the edge of this to start hitting here, and that would be disastrous. And while I was getting these bolts, I checked my email from the manufacturer, and they say that yes, that is in fact real carbon fiber. It seems to be the silliest use of carbon fiber, but I will not complain because all carbon fiber is cool. So with that lined up, so this piston is going to click onto that, and the other half is supposed to go on a bolt coming out of here. It comes with these special guys, which are going to replace that with a washer. So we're using a deep well socket. Okay. The instructions say that the piston goes up, which makes sense. You see this has got that kind of angle. So if we go like that. All right, so we had an issue. Because I have this light bracket, I cannot put this hood up extra beyond where the stick holds it, which the piston requires because it's a little too long to reach from here to here cleanly. And even if I were to compress it and put it on there, if it extended fully, it would be pressing the lights into the hood of the car. So I, in a moment of brilliance, notice there's another hole here, but it's not threaded. So I have a nut that I've taped to this wrench so that it doesn't fall down. Now you may notice this is a very funny looking wrench. This is a ultra low profile wrench, which just happens to fit where I need it to. Now I'm pulling it through the tape. The tape, of course, is not a permanent part of this installation. It was just so that when the nut was in here, it did not fall into the abyss. So now I will put this ultra thin back on the nut that I placed on the back. And tighten that. And then I will put this back before I lose it. I would have needed that out anyways because that gap where I even passed the nut into is now closed. I could still fit this, I think. Yep, but I can't fit the nut. So, does it reach now? And of course, I have to fix that. Oh man. And by the way, to take this off, you put a screwdriver under there and pull this clip up. So now, that's on. It doesn't hold it up by itself, so we'll have to do the other side. Okay, we did the other side the same way using the non-standard hole. So if we put it down, that takes no effort, right? Okay. And if you can see the piston kind of sits in there, and I can do this. No horrible crunching. And then, it works. You have to lift it to about here, and then it kind of takes over the rest of the way. I wouldn't worry about this falling on me from wind or anything, right? Because you have to push it to about here, it still stays. And then from about here, it'll fall. And so it's pretty good. That's not bad. These are $58 on Amazon. With the carbon fiber, they're less than that without the carbon fiber, and they come in a bunch of colors. I'll have links in the description. I would say that I would definitely buy this with my own money, which is the bottom line of a review. Would I buy it with my own money if it wasn't sent to me for free by the manufacturer? I definitely would, because this is such a nice upgrade that makes you feel fancier and more modern. However, now the one thing I will still look at is, because I'm not using the threaded hole, and this, I mean, it doesn't seem to be warping, but I'm going to keep an eye on this. And my solution, if I wanted to go to this, will be to make a little extension, a little piece of a sort of a bracket extension that would put the light forward about, an inch, and then I would be able to go all the way up. But right now this works. And of course, if you don't have this light pod, you're not going to have any of these problems, and this is like a 10-minute job. And if you do have these, well, now it's been documented how you can make them work together. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Like and subscribe. Links to the tools and parts are in the description.